As you can see, we have a giant mess here. The reason is that Riley and I just made a really great video called What's in Our Bag, and showing everything that we bring on trip and talking about all the different items of gear and stuff like that. And I'm going to be posting a separate video for that sometime a little bit later, maybe in the fall or the winter. All right, today we're playing What's in Your Bag. Is that what it's called? This is Riley's idea. I thought it was a good idea though. So I've got my backpack here.
Got my backpack here.
What is that?
This is an Osprey. I can't remember the name of it, but it's 58 liters.
Okay. I have been advised by, I think it was Randy at Algonquin Outfitters who guessed this was about 70.
Okay.
So, but I don't know. I bought this backpack in 2001 for my first trip. I have two of them that are identical, Europe bound, love it. And they don't make them anymore. I think I paid 20 bucks for it, so. But I love it, it's a great
I can't believe you got it for 20 bucks.
20 bucks, that's how I got into camping. So, okay, so we're gonna go through and see what we've each packed. Now, I brought some stuff because there wasn't a point of both of us bringing stuff.
I didn't bring any kitchen stuff.
Riley's doing dinner, I'm doing breakfast. So I brought all the kitchen stuff because it was pointless for us to both bring it. So yeah, so some of the stuff's gonna be missing. So you start, because you had a plan of the brain and the whatnot, what's where. I probably have lots of stuff in here that I just keep in my pack all the time. And squirrel.
I want to know what's in the front pocket of your pack. Usually in my front pocket, I'll keep like a rain jacket, maybe a tarp if it's a windy or rainy day, so that I can get like quick access at it. And then if it's really good, I'll put up a sail or something. So I like having the tarp quick access and my rain jacket. But like, look at this weather.
Yeah,
what am I going to do with the tarp or a rain jacket?
It's end of August, beautiful.
Yeah.
So my quick things I usually keep in my brain. So my raincoat is in my brain. And I usually put my rain pants in here. And I also have a bottle of bug spray.
Which I did not bring.
And of course, something that will make us both happy, emergency toilet paper. I didn't bring the rain pants because, again, beautiful August day. I was even pushing it by bringing the raincoat, but I thought you never know. So I just threw my fuel in here just because I had some room.
Yeah.
But I have emergency side pockets as well. And in those, I just keep a bunch of garbage bags, plastic bags, and some extra rope.
Usually in my side pockets, I'll keep like a Nalgene or something, but because we're only out here for the weekend, I just brought my water bladder, which comes in my PFD, and my thermos for like coffee in the morning. So these pockets are
empty.
No, they're not empty. I have shoes,
Ah.
camp shoes in one pocket because it's not going to rain. Didn't care if they get wet or not. And then in the other pocket, I just bought myself a Helinox Ground Chair Zero.
Wow.
It's so light. Feel it.
I like it's really light. I like the Helinox chairs. What I don't like about them is they don't have feet. They don't have discs on the feet. So when you're winter camping or you're camping on a beach or you're in something that's the ground is soft, you sink right down. Especially in the winter when you're sitting in the snow, you are literally sitting on the snow because your chair just goes right down.
Yeah.
So.
This is not going to be a winter chair, but it does have, I'll show you later.
It's super light.
It's super light, and it has these like square legs that I don't think I'll have the sinking problem.
Oh, okay. All right. What's next?
Rain.
Front pocket. Oh, I also have another emergency pocket.
What is that?
This bag is really cool. All of these things, all of it came with the bag, and they all actually come off. So I can take this little pouch off. Let's say I want to go, you know, somewhere for the day, and I just want to bring something little. I can take this off. I never do.
Does it turn
but
into
they
a
come
hippo?
off. I guess you could, but in this one, I keep emergency things and teeny tiny things. So I have my beacon in here, which is my signaling device in case something happens. I've got some dental floss, which can work for a lot of things. Got an emergency chapstick. I believe my blowy, yep. Fire bellow, I call it a blowy. This is from Kid Products, and it's great for the fire, and I keep it in there because I don't want to lose it because it's very, very, very tiny, but it does big things. And actually used it a lot last weekend. It's going to be such an educational trip.
For both of us.
I have a little bit of sewing kit here, just a thread and a needle, and some backup extra lighters, nail file. I have tobacco here to do offerings, which I do on a lot of trips, and you can smell it.
I like that.
And that is
hold on, I've never smelled what tobacco smells like when it's not in rolled cigarette form.
This is pure tobacco from the reservation that I picked up last year.
Where did you get it? Just driving there and somebody
Wolf
gave it to you?
Energy.
Oh,
They have
can I open it?
Yeah, of course. It's double bagged too because it smells quite a bit. I keep it in the freezer, and then I just bring a little bit at a time. And
oh, it just smells kind of sweet. It doesn't smell like cigarettes at all.
no,
It smells kind of like maple, like a wood smoke almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like a very faint hint of cigarette, but it's very, very faint.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's cool. Thank you.
no problem. So that's pretty much what I keep in that little emergency thing. What do you got? Another pocket? See, I have lots of pockets.
You have way more pockets
And
than
that's
me.
why I love this bag, and I want to use it for the rest of my life. My safety pin
This
is
pack
open.
is perfect when I'm tripping with other people and I don't have to bring all of the gear myself, because then I'll probably just bring like 115, throw everything in one pack.
Yeah.
And then maybe a fanny pack to go with it, but this is great for
It's super
trips like
comfortable.
this.
I tried it on earlier, but it's actually also very light right now too. So
Yeah, and I think it's made for hiking. Like it weighs 1.5 pounds and it has like that mesh screen to keep it off of your body.
So
you don't
let's
get
talk
sweaty.
about that in the back. Padding. You've got like a net, which I just noticed. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I have a pad. I don't like to take this off because I don't want to have to figure out where to put it back, but it actually
move
comes
it.
right off, and it's very comfy. There's another pad here. There's padding in the waist belt or hip belt, so I guess you call it hip belt, and there's padding in the
nothing.
straps. Now, I'm also supposed to have a chest strap that comes across, but it broke many, many years ago, and I bought a clasp at one of the outfitters this spring to fix it. It goes right here, but haven't done it yet.
Does this absorb water? Like if you put it down in the canoe, or you?
Yeah, it does.
Whereas this,
It does.
like-
I usually put my bag in sideways, and everything in my bag, I put waterproof it. So everything in my bag is, you'll see, it's in plastic bags and stuff to keep it dry on the inside. But yeah, if it does rain, that is a big downfall of this because it does get wet. But
But you're wet at that point anyway.
yeah, it's just, it makes it a little bit heavier, right? So for me, it's picking the bag up and putting it down that really like affects my body. Carrying it, I'm usually perfectly fine because I've been carrying it for 20 years, over 20 years now.
That's crazy. I've had this one about
20
5
bucks.
years. I've had this one about 5 years, and it's done me well so far. I really like that mesh because it doesn't get as hot across the back, but it
Yeah.
doesn't have a lot of padding.
And
you
it
just get
looks
crispy.
like it gives you some air, like some airflow in the back.
It pretends to.
We
yeah.
sound like these guys on these gear shows. It's funny.
I like it. I don't like that gets twisted over time. Like it's 5 years old, so like this part doesn't do a whole lot of good anymore. But the hip belt has like no padding in it, and I think I prefer it to your hip belt with all the padding on it. Yeah.
You never know until you try it, right?
Yeah.
Now I also do have another add-on piece, and this came with the bag as well. I like to put my car keys in here when I'm on bigger trips, so I know where they are. And it just attaches with a little key ring. I think it is part of the bag. I can't remember. I've had it for so long, but I think it is part of the bag.
Oh, maybe it's supposed to Velcro on the
Maybe.
or something.
Yep. All right. What's next?
In my brain, this isn't the order that I normally keep things on because this was a sporadic trip. I didn't have to bring things like the kitchen, and I just packed at 10 o'clock last night before I went to bed. So.
We literally had, I don't know, maybe 3 like text chats about what we were bringing. It lasted maybe 30 minutes, and that was it.
Maybe.
Over the course of
Yeah.
like 3 days.
Yeah.
And that included where we were going to camp and who was going to bring what boat, and
Yeah.
so it was super, super simple. So thanks for that.
It's both easy when you're camping with somebody who knows what they're doing and confusing because you're like, wait, do I need to bring a pod set? I should check.
I feel like I'm missing everything because my bag isn't full, and so that's why I said I was just going to bring stuff anyways, and then Riley said, well, we're going to double up. So I said,
Hopefully
well,
we didn't.
this is what I'm bringing, so if you want to not bring these things, you can. I have to. I just can't. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing.
I'm happy
like
to hand over the power. It's great. So in my brain, I just have some lunch for today. I brought myself some Thai curry soup.
What?
And, well, hopefully I can heat it up to make myself some warm lunch.
I got a stove somewhere.
I got a bottle of sunscreen. I have a little toilet paper pack. So this, usually it's full of 10 rolls of toilet paper or something if we're doing a big trip.
Wow.
So it takes forever to unload. 4 rolls fit in here comfortably, and I like that it's a bright color, so like you know if somebody's walked away to the Thunderbox, but it just has toilet paper and a trowel and
I got a shovel in here. Wait till you see it. It's not this size. That is not even. Doesn't that break? It's so.
No, it's a.
Oh my gosh.
Like aluminum or something.
It's lighter than my fork for eating.
Yeah, titanium. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Hand sanitizer and a whistle, because on a recent trip somebody went to the Thunderbox and then got lost, and we realized we should keep a whistle in the toiletry bag in case that ever happens again.
I've had that happen to me. That's a good idea.
And if you had a whistle in the toiletry bag, you'd be solo camping.
I actually had a whistle around my neck, but the person that I was camping with was very inexperienced and refused to wear a whistle and told me they were going to put earplugs in, so there wasn't really any point, and I ended up using the moon and the stars to guide me back to camp. But I was lost for 45 minutes at 3 o'clock in the morning at the Massasauga.
No, that'd be scary.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I brought in my brain. Usually I have like bug spray or lift trap, nothing.
Do you have an underbrain?
No.
Okay, so my pack has an underbrain, I call it. I didn't even know this was called the brain until my friend Christina Neargarth told me.
I do have an underbrain. That's what
Okay.
I meant. Okay.
So in my underbrain, and I don't know why, this is just the spot I've always put it in. This pack, I was just telling Riley earlier that I could probably pack and unpack my bag or find something for you in the dark blindfolded, because everything has gone in the same place for 20 years pretty much, you know, with a couple of alterations. So this is my kitchen utensil bag, and for some reason I always just stick it under here. I don't know why. I have a bunch of...
Did you bring me a fork?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. I actually have, this is specifically for you to use.
Thank you.
Because I don't clean dishes. You guys know I like my dishes clean. So that didn't go over too well last
Did you
weekend
bring
with
soap?
Shelly. No.
I brought soap because I
Yeah.
heard that.
I just rinse my stuff. I wipe everything with paper towel.
Yeah.
I usually burn the paper towel and then I just rinse it because it's already
It's
clean.
just you too.
Yeah, and it's just me. So, and then also in here I have a couple of emergency things, extra bags, and I'm supposed to have my repair kit in here, but it's not here, so it must be in the bottom of the pack.
Huh.
But I have this sticky stuff that I use in case something happens to the canoe. I do have a brand new canoe right now, so I'm not super concerned about that. But
Usually just under my brain, in between, I'll keep a first aid kit. I packed so late
Under my
last
brain.
night. Under my brain. I packed so late last night that I ended up sticking it somewhere in this pack. So I'm excited to see where the first aid kit ended up. In the underbrain, that's a great term. I brought myself a spoon because I was wondering where we were going to have lunch, so I could just like grab it and grab and go. I have a ferro rod. I don't really know why, but maybe it's in my...
you're gonna show me how to start a fire with that later? I know how, but that was a joke.
I've never successfully done it.
I got 3 lighters.
I have camp sets because I
Oh.
was scared that you wouldn't bring camp sets. A pair of goggles just to go swimming with.
You do have your own spork and your own plate though.
That's
so.
it. Thank you.
Okay, so I have another pocket before we go into the main body. This is why I love this pack, everyone, and why I don't know if I'll ever change. Like, that thing was super comfortable though, but it's probably about 10 pounds lighter than mine right now, do you think?
Oh, you're carrying all the kitchen stuff.
Yeah, but I didn't care. We had one 690 or 700 meter portage, we'll call it. So I also have this really awesome front pocket, and this thing also comes off if you want it to, but I never take it off. And in this bag, I keep all of my important-ish things that I need to get to that are smaller, so they don't get lost. Hi, puppy. So I've got my portable charger and a cable, and I've got the cable for the Lark bottle, which is how I filter
Can
my
you
water.
show them the sticker that's on here?
There's a sticker from a tomato on the back. I don't know why. Jackass. I have some fire sticks because I'm lazy, and that's how I make a fire. I have this is what I call my tent toiletry kit because there's nothing scented here. I have some face lotion. I have this really cool, it's probably full right now, but it's a mirror and a hairbrush, and that's how I put my eyebrows on in the morning. Yes, you guys know. One trip I did in Georgian Bay, I forgot my pencil, and I used charcoal. It was quite amusing. A couple of little eyebrow pencils, a sharpener, and an emergency kit. Then I have my first aid kit too. I have two separate first aid kits. This one is mostly gauze, bandages, there's an emergency raincoat, and then the other one I have mostly has drugs in it. So there's cold medicine, migraine medicine, acid reflux medicine. I've got turmeric, curcumin, anti-inflammatories, all that kind of stuff. I've got a sanitizer in here. I've got a polysporin, another, seems like now I know where both of my dental flosses are because one was missing out of my car, and some Band-Aids and just some that kind of stuff. It's a lot in this pocket.
Yeah.
I also keep my Lucy light, which needs to sit in the sunshine. Just some extra bags and things. I've got my knife, my Moriknoff knife.
Can I see it?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a I don't know if I'm saying it right, Moriknoff or Morikniv, but it's my knife I bought for batoning wood in the winter. It has a, I think it has a full tang or 3/4 tang, I can't remember, but it's good for batoning wood.
Well, it's not very pretty, but I like the length of it.
Ooh.
But like style matters. Come on.
Yeah, I gotta get my friend Brittany from Freakin' Nature to maybe make me a sheath for this at some point. I have some clothespins for your blind that you put up there to hang up stuff. I have Pure Eyes. Never go anywhere without this. I do have my lark to make water, but if something happens to it, I've always got a backup. Just put a bunch of drops in your Nalgene, and an hour later you got clean water. My headlamp. More clothespins. I didn't pack very well either. I packed very quickly as well. I have an emergency whistle. Inside is some waterproof matches. This has a compass on it. It's a 5-in-1 tool. It's got all kinds of stuff on it. I have my microphone, which I never use. It's good for windy days. I have a thermometer, which says it's 25 degrees. I like to know the temperature because a lot of times I don't have a signal. And I have a knife sharpener because I brought my fishing knife on my last trip and it was dull, so I thought I could just sharpen it while I was at camp. That is it. That's all that's in that pocket.
That was it. That's
Yeah.
hardly anything. You could have pulled out so much more.
Yeah, and then I have beaners hooked to everything so I can like attach water bottles or whatnot.
Huh. So the order of
And
my
a stick.
pack is not how I would normally pack, but given that we only had a 600-meter portage, like I said, I just threw everything in.
Do you not always pack it the same way?
Well, it depends the order in which I'm packing because I almost forgot my sleeping bag. Could you imagine?
I could imagine.
I almost forgot it and I ran upstairs last minute, but because I had to put my sleeping bag in, I ended up putting it in last, which is fine because it's super light. And then I had all of the food was still in the fridge, so I wanted that to be further down in the pack. But no, like by and large, it's like the same order of heaviness, but it's a little out of order. So right on top today, I have all of my clothes and my sleeping bag. I put it in a compression sack because it squishes it down to like half this size, but like it was only a 1 weekend trip.
One
so
night.
It was
Yeah.
good. Do you want to see what's inside?
So much.
So much.
Do we? Your sleeping bag is in there and your clothes?
Yeah.
That's your sleeping bag and your clothes.
Okay, well no, I'm just gonna.
Now you have
You
to
can
open
edit it out.
You can, because my sleeping bag is not in with the clothes.
No,
Yeah, but I don't have a lot of clothes either.
that's fair. So like I said, usually it's like half this size. And then I have some pants to sleep in tonight. I have a pair of socks to wear if it gets cold tonight. You're tiny. I have a little blanket for my dog to lay on because otherwise she'll sleep on my thermarest and I won't have any room to sleep. I have my sleeping quilt. It's like an under
I
quilt.
can't believe
I'm
you have a
using
sleeping bag in there
as a
with your
top
clothes.
quilt. It squishes pretty well though. It's just a down quilt.
Yeah.
And look how pretty it is.
It is pretty nice.
It's super pretty.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, and then I have a hat in case it gets cold, a buff in case it gets cold. Are you catching a theme here?
It actually is not supposed to go down to below 12, but this morning it was 9 degrees when we got here.
Yeah.
So
That was nice.
it was nice. It's great
Sweater
for
to sleep
sleeping.
in, and a long sleeve shirt to sleep in. I didn't even bring a change of underwear. That's how short this trip is.
This will be the last video where we're sitting this close. I'm just kidding.
Tomorrow I'm going to
I
Commando.
have 3 changes of underwear because I have colitis and things haven't been going that great lately, so just in case I need an extra pair. Yeah, okay. I see your clothes and add your clothes. All right, so my stuff isn't so compact. I have everything spread out in the little, I put all my clothes in little bags, and then I put them in there to kind of fill in the holes, like puzzle pieces. So I've got my bathing suit here, and what I do is I'll compress the air out of them when I go to pack, but then when I go to put it in the bag, I usually open it a tiny bit so that I can squish it, because if you don't do that, then the bags pop, and then you have a hole in them, and then your stuff can get wet if it's raining, which it's not. But I have my long sleeve for sleeping. I have a base layer to wear under that in case it's cold. Didn't bring a toque, but my pair of shorts. I have my Hap Wilson book that I got wet last weekend that's dried out. This is Dance of the Dead Man. I've only read 25 pages. Sorry, Hap. I've had this since last year, but I like audiobooks.
What's Hap's fire book? There's one where he's like paddling through a fire or something. I want to read that one.
It's really good. I have it. You should have told me. I would have lent it to you.
Hindsight.
It's called River of Fire, and it's one of my favorite, probably my top 1 or 2 with the cabin, favorite books of Hap Wilson. I read it while I was on the Elbabaka Loop.
Yeah.
My Elbabaka Loop, not the one that everybody else does. I found out after that there's a standard one. I did a really hard one, and that book gave me a lot of courage. Reading what Hap was going through, paddling through these fires, and it just made me think, well, if he can do that, I can do this. So
love that. Yeah,
it was great. I have a tank top. These are my sleeping tights, merino wool tights, and that's it for clothes because I've hidden the rest. I'll show you the rest. So I have a kitchen bag because we decided that I would just bring stuff, although you have a pot, right?
Somewhere.
For the dog. Yeah, so I figured I'd probably, just to have one hot drink, it wouldn't be worth it. It's not going to be cold. So in the kitchen bag here, I brought my fancy plates that everybody loves. They're from the dollar store. Everybody seems to love them. So they're super light.
Oh, yeah.
And they're pretty. And I've had them since probably one of my first trips ever. I got a bit of a J cloth here to clean the dishes with your soap. I have my collapsible cup. I bought this cup a couple years ago and I didn't start using it till last year, and I love it. It's from Sea to Summit.
Oh, I like it. That's really compact.
Yeah. And it's super light. Actually, with the new titanium pot that I bought from Kid, I can put in my fuel canister, the cup, a J cloth, and the lid, and it all goes in the kit.
Don't need anything else if you wanted.
Camp stove. We're going to leave that out so Riley can make their lunch. And I just have some random, I always have random kitchen things in the bag, a couple of extra Ziplocs. I get these silicone packs in my OTG meals. They keep your food fresh, and I reuse them and put them in things to help keep stuff dry. And I've got a bunch of pieces of foil. You never know when you need some foil. It comes in handy, and it doesn't take up much room. So that's all in there. And what I do is I put it in a plastic bag to keep it dry, although it now has holes in it, so I'll probably have to switch that. And I have a little, what do they call these, like a string backpack?
Hang it at night?
Yeah, and then you can just hang it. Yeah. I usually leave the pan if it's dirty, if it's got food bits or whatever, I'll put it right on the fire with water in it, and then just leave it like that, so that like the water kind of dissipates the scent of it.
Yeah.
So there's the kitchen bag for this trip, but the utensils are separate, so when I get to camp I kind of put all these things together and combine them, and they have their home for the trip.
I just have dinner next, and like it feels like it takes up so much room.
Wow.
This is just 2 people's worth of food.
I'm hungry.
Me too. It's gonna be lunch in a minute. We'll go through that at dinner time though.
Okay. I don't even have my food bag with me, so.
No. I also brought a fire glove.
Here.
Did you bring a fire glove?
No.
They're so handy. This one's huge.
I should have one.
It's not, but like
someone
just get
send me one.
They're really good. Have one.
I do have a pair of gloves that I bring usually more in the fall and the spring and the winter.
Yeah.
They've gotten kicked out of the, they might be in the bottom of the bag, you never know. I always have surprise stuff down there. So.
You next.
Me
I'm
next?
running out.
Okay, so to go with my clothing, I have my camp shoes. I didn't bring like sandal types like Riley. I have my Keens, and I love to have nice dry shoes and socks to put on at night, especially if it's buggy. It keeps the bugs off your feet and stuff when you're sitting by the fire. I think they're water resistant, but I don't wear them in the water. That's why I wear the sandals.
No, but this is good for water, and then if it does drizzle around camp, you're not worried about your feet getting
Exactly. And when you're like stomping on firewood and stuff like that, the sandals are very durable and strong, but I just like to have my feet protected. So, not to waste space, inside my shoes, I generally stick something like this. This is a dish towel. I will also use this if I go swimming, because you don't really need a big one. And that can now go in the kitchen bag. We're unpacking as we're packing. So I always like to put these into two plastic bags and then just stick them in there. And in the other one, I have my socks. And you can guess this one. You didn't bring it.
Underwear.
Underwear. So I keep those in the shoes, and that helps because the shoes are going to take up that space no matter what, so you might as well use it.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
I brought a pillow. It's not actually a pillow. It's a Patagonia puffy.
Oh.
But it's just like I end up using it as a pillow all the time, and it's actually a bit wet. Oops. I guess I was sitting in water.
Everything in plastic.
Yeah. Don't do what I did. Always put it in a dry bag.
But we didn't have rain expected.
No.
But somehow go.
And then you were bringing your water filter, so I just brought this one instead because I love being able to hang water and not have to think about it.
I have a Lark bottle. You guys have seen me use it on trips. It is somewhere. I don't know where it is right now. I have some of my gear over there. But it has a UV filter inside of it. And literally you just click the button on the top twice, and a beam of light, I guess, shoots into the water and it cleans it. It takes 3 minutes.
Get any like particles? And
doesn't get any particles, but I never had a problem with that. I don't know where you're camping, but most of the places I go, the water's pretty clear, and if it's kind of sludgy near camp, I'll just jump in the boat and Or what I do is I bring my Nalgene as well. I love my Nalgene. I bring it as an extra, so I always have two. Sometimes you got to go for a little hike to get down to the water. It's steep, so I'll fill up both of them, and then when I'm done with the Lark, I'll just pour the water from the Nalgene into the Lark, and then that saves me a trip to go down to the water.
Does the Lark head fit on an Nalgene?
No, totally separate.
Yeah,
but that's a good idea.
But
you could use like, well, they have what's it called? A
SteriPen.
SteriPen. It works quite similar to that. So, and I've had my Lark bottle for 3 years now. I've just been consistently using it the last 2 years, and it's great. Like I can go on a 7-day trip and I don't even have to charge it. It's really good. I'm paddling along. I dunk it in. I click the button. 3 minutes later, I'm drinking water.
That's way better than tablets that take half an hour.
Yeah, and that's also, I have the Purinize as a backup in case something happens to it, because it's electronic, you never know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else you got?
What else I got? I got lots of stuff in here.
Oh my gosh, we're never going to get through it all.
This is my Thermarest. Inside of it is my Thermarest, which is a Neo Air, and I also have my pillow.
Oh, it's so much smaller.
I love this pillow. I went on a trip with a girl named Michelle. She won a contest to come on a trip with me. It's called the Arrows pillow. And she had this pillow, and I had been looking at it. I have other Thermarest. It's a fluff pillow, and you roll it. My friend Michelle used it last weekend, but you blow it up.
Oh, it's kind of like soft and squishy.
It's got like a microfiber feel to it. It's really soft. It's got 2 valves on it. So the big one is to let the air out. The little one is to blow it up.
Like 2 breaths. Okay.
Usually 5. It has a valve in it, so you can push it if you want it to be softer, or you can blow it up more to make it harder.
All right. Oh, I like that it actually feels kind of like a pillow.
Yeah.
It is a bit noisy. Do you find it noisy?
My Thermarest is very noisy. I've never noticed that to be too much, but and what I do is I tuck that I have a mummy bag, so I tuck that into the hood of the mummy bag, and you got to give it a good pull. And I'm always afraid I'm going to rip it off, but so far it's been great. I actually bought it to go on a trip to Cuba when I had a concussion, so I could bring it with me on my trip, and I've been using it ever since, but I did buy it specifically for camping. So.
Feels like it stuffs down
Packs
okay, too.
great. Yeah, and it fits right in the top. Like, it's not meant to, technically. I mean, this is the Thermarest bag, All of my bags are also lined with plastic, so that might be good for your puffle.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Sea to Summit puffle?
This?
The puffle. I thought they made the puffle.
I
You
don't know.
said it was no, that.
Oh, the Patagonia.
Yeah,
puppy.
you said it was Patagonia, but I think
It's a winter coat.
I can't remember the name of the company right now. They're gonna kill me, but I have a heating pad that they make, and they make a puffle. It's called a puffle. It's quite similar. Anyways, there were rest.
Hold on, I want to compare the size of it.
Oh.
How big is it? I just brought this one brand new, so I haven't even tried it out.
Well, but mine's got the pillow in it.
I know, it's even
So,
smaller than mine.
You take the pillow out.
How thick is it?
I don't know. We can blow them up later and compare.
So many videos.
So many videos.
So I guess I've just done my next layer. It's my thermarest.
Nice. What else you got?
I have a bag of toiletries in here. It has kind of like what you said. It has my headlamp, some contact solution because I never bring my glasses on trip. It's a risk I'm willing to take. Some polysporin.
I got glasses.
Oh, what do you trip with glasses?
They're in the other bag.
Toothbrush, polysporin, hand cream, earplugs, floss, lots of lip balm, and then whatever medications I feel like I might need, like Advil and Tums and such. Cool.
There's our gang of loons. Me? I just threw my stakes in. There's it's heavy. It's probably weighs 10 times more than your chair. But I just threw them in the bag because I had, I've just recently converted from using the bug shelter, no more
bugs.
to, it's the end of August, to tarp or just the tent. So I had all of the stakes combined in this bag. So I just grabbed them again. We packed late last minute. So I have got my chair, which is massive and very heavy compared to your chair.
Oh, it's not bad.
And I have it again in a plastic bag just in case my bag gets wet.
Oh, I don't care if my chair gets wet. They're yeah, okay, yeah, it's way lighter.
It's way
but
lighter.
size-wise, it's not that much bigger.
But I just recently went through a lot of hip issues and I'm posture and stuff, so I need to have a good support system. And I also have the chair in the canoe that I can use to sit on the ground. Like I could be sitting on it right now with the backrest. So, and then sometimes I bring my hammock. So sometimes I have three methods of seating, which is a lot, but I don't want my back to get messed up and my hip to get messed up, and so I want to be comfortable. So. And this is a Joey chair, travel chair. I don't know if they actually sell them at the stores anymore, but you can get them on Amazon. And I really like it. And the main reason that I love it is because it has the little feeties. So.
Have they come off on you yet?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, all right. I like that.
This is my second Joey chair I've ever had. I did have a Eureka chair that I used a couple years ago in between. And sorry, Eureka, I did not love it. I love your tents. I love your bug shelter, but I didn't like the
big
chair.
and heavy. Yeah.
And it broke. I had two of them and they both broke, so no more Eureka chairs. If I can get these for life, I will, because I really, really like the Joey travel chair. Mm-hmm. What do you got?
I got 10 pegs. I don't know. I compare weight.
Oh
my
heavy.
god.
Yeah.
You had to change your 10 pegs. Those are just aluminum stakes. And then I have my bathing suit and towel. Don't care if it gets wet, so it's just loose.
10 poles?
Somewhere. 10 poles.
Where's the bag?
I didn't bring it.
Too much weight?
I don't know. I just never bring a 10-pole bag.
Okay.
But it is annoying that they're not like in something. So like an
Yeah.
elastic or a strap would be great.
And what kind of tent do you have?
This is for an MSR Hubba Hubba.
Hubba. Let's see that. Is that in there
It's a
too?
good tent. It is.
The last thing in your bag? Oh my goodness.
There.
Eureka! Midori too.
I feel like I can compress this down more. Hold on.
Mine, I push it in this way and I push it sideways and it compresses, the bag kind of compresses it
I
for
have
it.
that tent actually.
I really like
fair.
it. I just started using this year and it's got 2 vestibules. It's very roomy. It's a bit bigger than the Suma 2, but I'm really enjoying it, and it's yellow.
Yeah.
And even when it's crappy and rainy out, you're in your tent, it feels like it's sunny. I like it.
Get like a 15 or 10 liter bag for it. It'll fit into here.
Yeah, but
Almost
I
guaranteed.
need to make
If
it
you
that
wanted
small.
to. If you wanted more space.
It lays, see, I put the sleeping bag in, and then I put the tent with this.
Yeah.
They fit together, and then the chair and my shoes. Everything has like a level, but yeah, I could try.
I must admit, you're way more organized with the
Oh,
packing
there's
job.
so much more in my bag still. What do you got?
I got like 4 things.
I have another bag too.
I got the rest of the kitchen
Oh.
set. Tongs and a dog food bowl. It's just a pot, but I will fill it up with water for tea or whatever, and clean it between feeding the dog and feeding us.
I'm gonna boil water anyway.
Yeah.
It's much cleaner than what I do. So.
It is a dog.
Oh, I have friends who say this is how Camper Christina cleans her dishes.
Likes it.
I'm by myself, so. Sleeping bag.
That's it? That's all of that's the sleeping bag.
This is all a sleeping bag. This is
What's
a
it
minus 40 extreme Marmot bag, and I use it all year. My friend Shelly used my -9. I know my friend Shelly used my -9 last weekend. It is actually heavier than this bag.
Oh,
But
wow.
I love to
This
be
is
warm
super light.
at night. I need to be warm at night. It's down.
Oh, it's in a bag.
It's in everything. All my bags are in a bag.
Yeah.
You can take it out. It's going to get unpacked anyway.
It's -40?
Minus 40 extreme.
How much did it cost?
I think it's rated. Well, I paid $50 for it, but
No,
that's
you didn't.
that's a special deal I got from Marmot when they were closing out the Canada store. But they owed me a little favor from a issue I had with one of their tents.
You're so much down in it.
It's really warm, and I get very cold at night. And
When I saw you pull out your tights, I was like, what? That's all you wear to bed? This explains it.
I do have fleece tights that I wear
Yeah.
that I'll start wearing in September. That
Do
they're
you
a little
also
thicker.
winter camp with us?
Yes, I
Wow.
camp with this pretty much year round, and I love it. I learned something really important about sleeping bags a few years ago. I was buying sleeping bags for the temperature outside. So you're going camping, low is going to be -2, you buy a -5 or a -9 bag. No? I am cold. I
Yeah.
sleep cold. I usually use an electric blanket at night at my house, mostly almost year round.
Wow.
I had it on last night because it was 9 degrees. I had the window open, but I had the electric blanket on. I like the heat on me. I don't know what it is, but it makes me very comfortable. And I realized that I needed to start buying my sleeping bags for my temperature, not just the temperature outside, but both of them combined.
Yeah.
And this bag is the bag for me, and it's extremely expensive. I think they run about $350. I don't think they actually
That's
make
it?
this anymore.
Wow.
This is called the Teton, I believe, women's Teton. They don't make it anymore, and I'm waiting for actually the company who makes the Puffle they're going to start making some lower rated bags, and they're going to be making some heated bags. So I'd like to try to use those.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. I can't believe that's only
And in the fall, I also bring a hot water bottle to put in my sleeping bag with me.
Do you know I've been shopping for a winter bag, and most of them, if I want one that's -40, is like $1,000. They are not cheap.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but yeah, I believe they're still around $350. They're just not. I don't think they're -40. I think they're -30 or -25 or something. But
Wow.
it's not minus. It's -28 rated, I think, or 25 rated, but it's -40 extreme. You have to see extreme. What else you got?
My first aid kit.
Yay!
But it's at the very bottom of my pack. Do not pack the way I pack.
Oh, it's a good thing we didn't have an emergency.
It doesn't have much in it though, because it's just
Look
a
at
weekend
all
trip.
this stuff that was in there.
But my first aid kit doesn't have a lot because we're only here for the weekend. So if an emergency happens, that's the portage to get back to the car.
It took us like an hour to get here from the car.
Yeah.
Literally.
And look how professional it looks. First aid written
Yeah.
in Sharpie.
In orange too.
In here I have an emergency.
Now Riley guides as well, so that's part of why she has an amazing first aid kit too, because there's usually a lot of people with her.
Them.
Them.
Yeah, and this is maybe like a third the size of one that I would normally carry. So this is like really, really pared down
Wow.
for just the two of us.
But I see drugs in there too.
There's always there's drugs everywhere.
And chips.
There's a tensor bandage because I've had people get injured like that before. There's some repair tape. There is a EpiPen in case someone's allergic. I'm not, but it is a risk.
Blue to the thigh, orange to the sky.
Yep. There's a This is vet tape for the dog. This is just bandages, like any little cuts and scrapes. Emergency bag and a water dispenser, like so you can push water into a wound or something. And it's all taped up like this because Lyra, at the beginning of the season, I went on a trip and she got heat exhaustion, and so I was sitting in my tent all night long pushing water into her mouth every half hour or so and just trying to get her through the night so I could evacuate her in the next day.
Wow.
So
That came in handy.
yeah. And then flagging tape, but we're not going to need it here.
No, I didn't even need to make a path to the bathroom here because it's right there. Good?
Good.
Okay, so there's still a few things in my bag. This is something I always carry. And you're going to say, oh my God, it's heavy. Here you go.
What is it?
So this is my fire kit, I call it. I have in it
A grill.
a grill, yes. A lot of places where I go in Temagami, sometimes I have to make my own campsite. There are no grills, so I bring my own grill. This is just from one of those little Coleman, like hibachi type small things. It was rusted out and done, but I kept the grill because the grills are great. It is a bit heavy, but it has come in handy and been priceless on trips for me. And
I bring fire irons, so I just took strips of rebar yay long, and I carry 2 of those and
lay it on top.
that's it.
Yeah. And then also in here are my priceless placemats. Riley asked if I had a cutting board. I said yes. I'm not sure if they're going to want to use this, but these are priceless in my opinion, and I use these and I talk about these a lot in my course. Like for example, in a little while I'm going to take my socks off because I don't need them, but we had a pretty swampy portage, and you know, for changing your shoes, you've wet feet, you're on the mulch, then you get your pine needles all stuck to you, so it's good for that. This one is a little bit harder. This is great for fanning the fire, sitting on wet ground. Lots of all different kinds of uses for this, and cutting up dinner, apparently. So that all goes together, and it literally, like somebody actually who watches all of my videos was surprised that I keep a grill and didn't notice that I had one. And this is always right in the back of my pack, right against my back, and literally it takes up no room, but
yeah,
it's a lot of important stuff in there that I like.
That. I like the big cutting board size.
Yeah, they're from the Dollarama. Lots of things I buy are from the Dollarama. And got my Sven saw.
Hey.
You know Sven?
Yeah.
Sven and I are buddies. I love Sven, and this is like one of my favorite tools. I've been using a Sven saw since 2015, and they just actually sent me a new blade for it, which made a huge difference. Guys, if you got a saw and you know it's been a while since you maintained it, change the blade. It made a huge difference. Cutting through wood like butter. It's super sharp, so don't cut yourself on it.
No promises. We have first aid.
Yeah, that's right, we do. All right, what else you got in there?
That's it. I'm basically done. I also have a light which I threw in just for fun. Is that a Lucy light?
It's should be a Lucy light. Yeah, sure. Empowered.
Yep.
Yeah, empowered by Lucy light.
And then I have something for the barrel.
Okay.
What's it called? Bear vault.
The bear vault,
which is just dog food, and then that's it. That's all I brought. Feels like a lot now that it's laid
might have
out.
a few more things in here. I got my fishing knife, which I said I was going to sharpen because they're just sitting around. And here's my shovel from the Dollarama.
Where's my shovel?
It's in your teepee bag.
That's hilarious.
So this is my cute little Dollarama shovel. It was literally like, I think it was $2, $2.50. I buy a bunch of them in the spring. They're very pretty. A friend of mine had this on one of her trips, and I said I gotta have it. And for emergencies. Let's see if there's anything. I don't think there's anything else in here, but bunch of bags, plastic bags, duct tape. Always good in emergency. And that's it. Now, however, I have another bag that you don't.
Oh my gosh. But that other bag has all your food in it.
The other bag has the food in it. And the bear vault. So
yeah.
I'll grab it. So I double carry. You generally don't.
If I'm guiding trips, I will double or triple carry as much as we have to. And it's canoe camping, so we go just going with myself, I bring one bag, usually a 115 liter, throw everything in it, and throw my canoe on.
Okay, well, I double carry all the time. I'm not strong enough, or there's also a problem with my pack. This is what I blame it on. My pack comes up to here. My seat is right there because it's a solo boat. I find it very awkward. I find it makes me feel like it's pushing me down, and it's just not comfortable. And I do a lot of portages. I enjoy portages, unlike a lot of people, so I want to be comfortable. My pack usually weighs about 40-ish pounds, 45, depends on if I don't have the bug shelter, I don't have a tarp, certain things that I'm missing, but it's usually around 40-ish pounds. The canoe weighs 27 pounds, with my seat is 3 pounds, and this is usually around 10. So it works out to me carrying the same weight. It makes things consistent, and I'm going to carry the canoe anyways by itself, so I figure I might as well bring a bag. Now, I can fit my sack into this with my food in it, but the bear vault is my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever used a bear vault?
No, I've never even seen them. I've seen them in the store before.
I don't have it locked. I'm going to lock it for you so you can... It was stuck in the back. Okay, so in here, I keep my beautiful bear vault. This is my baby. It keeps my food safe. I don't have to hang it. I take it out into the forest somewhere behind the campsite. I shove it under a bush or a tree, and that's it. Again, like my pack, everything in it is wrapped in something or in a Ziploc bag. You want to open it?
Yep. But I can't. I bet you I can't.
You can. You'll figure it out. I gave it to Hap Wilson last year when I was visiting them at the Eco Lodge, and it took him a minute, but he figured it out. He had never seen one before either, so. It's just like a pill bottle. It's like a giant pill bottle. It's got a couple of tabs, and you push in the lid. Push it. Just push like on either side of that and turn it at the same time. Just a little. You don't have to push it really hard. In the winter you do, though. It's hard for me to get into in the winter. Huh. I love my bear vault. So in that's pretty much what is in most of the backpack. This backpack does have a nice front pocket, so I do utilize it, and I keep another roll of toilet paper in here so that I have one for each trip. I have some paper towels to clean the dishes, even though I don't use soap. I have an extra portable charger, because that's how I do all my filming with my phone, and it also powers my Lark and my light if I need it. And I have a pair of Dollarama reading glasses and some earplugs in case I can hear Riley snoring later. And that's pretty much it. I think there's a little side packet here. I've got a head net and some Purell, and that's it.
That was a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
High five.
So yeah, I do this almost every weekend in the summertime, and I can pack pretty quick. How long did it take you to pack last night?
Maybe half an hour.
Yeah.
Just running around, grabbing stuff.
Yeah.
Usually I end up writing it on my whiteboard, then going back and being like, did I get it all?
So once I get to camp, I use this as my day bag. I call it, or my camping purse. So what I will do now, is I'll fill this up with whatever I need for the day, and if we're gonna go sit on the rock over here, we're gonna go there, we're gonna go out for a paddle. I got my charger, I got my toilet paper, I got whatever I put in there that I need, bring it with me, my fishing stuff, whatever I'm gonna do that day. Yeah. And then I just carry this around with me because the bear vault doesn't need to have a bag just to get to and fro. So.
Yeah, I like that you can use this as like a stool or whatever too.
You can
bring
also
4
sit
chairs.
on it. Yep, that's me. Oh, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button. Also click the bell for notifications. If you'd like to get more information on the stuff I use on my trips, please check out my website at CamperChristina.com. Thanks. Bye.